As a creative, as a creator, as a professional, you are your brand. Let me tell you how I know. Me, I was an undrafted free agent into the NFL, the bright lights. You would think, man, you had your brand all baked in, didn't you? Once you signed on that dotted line as an NFL player with the Houston Texans, you were cooking with gas. You probably had brands beating down your door. You probably had clients and partners and all type of professionals trying to work with you. No, it couldn't be further from the truth. When I got into the league, I was actually one of those guys that I had to call agents. I was calling for representation. It was never easy for me. And as soon as I made it to the league, it was the same thing, right? I was focused on ball and I was trying to make the team and, this, that, and the other. And to be honest, I thought that the commercials, the shoe deals, the network, the professionals that I wanted to connect with, I thought it would all just happen by getting there, by getting to the upper echelon, the top of my profession. That's what I thought. Boy, was I wrong. After a couple years in the NFL, I had a conversation with my agent. What about my marketing? That's what I was asking my agent at the time. What about my marketing? How can I start to get these deals off the field? There were rumors of Marshawn Lynch not spending a cent of his contract because he had a deal with Skittles and he had beast mode and he had this, that, and the third, and all the money that he spent off the field was money earned off the field. And here I was spending every dollar that I made, not every dollar that I made, but every dollar that I was spending was made on the field because I didn't have anything coming in off the field. My agent, he told me, he said, the odds are stacked against you. One, you play football, you wear a helmet. No one sees your face. Sure, you're a professional, but you're number 57. You got a helmet on. Nobody sees you. Number two, you play defense. You're an outside linebacker, a backup at that. You played special teams, and you don't score touchdowns. And then number three, my friend, you're undrafted. You're just not that big of a deal to these brands. You're not the first of the 53 guys on your roster that they're going to reach out to. You may not even be the 5th or the 10th. The point was, just being in the NFL wasn't enough. It didn't build my brand to then command the type of collaborations, connections, networking, the type of partnerships that I really wanted to build. I thought to myself, I took it back and I was, was like, damn, I need to come up with a strategy. How can I, Brennan Scarlett, number 57, the outside linebacker that wears a helmet, who was undrafted, with all these odds stacked against me, how can I bring value to a brand? How could a brand see value in me and my brand? And that was the shift in perspective for me, is that I actually have to add value to my brand for a brand to see value in it as well. Does that make sense? I thought of 3 layers and 3 ways to increase my value as a brand, to increase my awareness, to bolster. That's the word I was looking for. I found 3 ways to bolster my personal brand. If a brand wants to work with Brennan Scarlett, then number 1, there should be alignment. Me and that brand should share the same values. Whatever that brand does, it should also be something I enjoy to do. It should be a service that I enjoy using, that I find value in. There should be alignment there, right? The things that I care about, that I'm passionate about, the brand should somehow relate to those things, if not even have those same passions and morals and values. So that was number 1. Number 2, it was my network. I am in the NFL. I am in a locker room of all these brilliant athletes, and I did go to school at Stanford. I went to Berkeley, and I have all these brilliant, friends and people around me and connections. And where I really started to dig, I dug deep. It was the content that I create. Because the content that I create was kind of like the umbrella that was able to showcase the alignment. It showcased my values and the things that I was into and what I was passionate about and what I like to share my thoughts on. The content that I create could show alignment, could lead to alignment, right? Which was that first layer. But then also the content that I create, there also are ways to start to integrate my network, right? How can I share the stories of the guys in the locker room? How can I share the stories of my friends? How can I share the stories of these folks in my network that, brands might see value in that too. But then also, the folks that are sharing their stories, they might find value in that themselves. And maybe there is even room for a partnership outside of that. So the content that I create, can I merge and integrate all of the layers between alignment and network within that content creation being kind of the umbrella? It's been 6 years of really studying on building my own personal brand and also building the brands of my companies as well. And so I've thought a lot about it.